All right, everybody ready? Okay. Good morning, everybody. It's week 3 of Zoom into Science. I'm Annie from the Radnor Memorial Library here with Beatrix, and I have our special guests today, our teacher, Miss Sally, and our students. We've got Lucy, the 3rd grader, and Pippa, the kindergartner.
Say hey, Pip.
Hi.
Hi. So just a reminder before we get started that whenever you're doing science, you need a grown-up's permission or supervision. Take it away, Sally.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Hey, I'm calling this activity Chomp Chomp because we're going to be chomping on some bubble gum. And it's a partner activity, so you're going to need somebody to work with. So if you have a brother or sister at the house, that would be good. Or you could use the grown-up because it's going to be 2 people working together. So let's go ahead and open our gum, and we can start just one piece. We can start chewing on it to start getting it softened up. That is delicious. Okay, now I ask you to have some paper and pencil with you. Would you girls write down? I'm going to ask you 3 questions. 1, 2, 3, and let's see how good you are at answering them. Are you ready? Number 1. How many sticks of bubble gum a year does the average American chew? And I'm going to give you 3 choices. A, 200 sticks, B, 300 sticks, or C, 400 sticks. Write down which one you think your answer is, A, B, or C. Okay, number 2. What year was the first successful bubble gum invented? A, 1891, B, 1906, or C, 1921? Write down what you think's your answer.
What was B?
I'll go over them again. A, 1891, B, 1906, C, 1928. And the 3rd question, what's the world's record for the largest gum bubble blown? A, 19 inches, B, 23 inches, C, 27 inches. What do you think the answer is? All right, let's see how good your predictions were. Number 1, how many sticks a year does the average American chew? B, 300.
I said 400.
Okay, what did you say, Pippi?
I said A.
Okay, it's B. Number 2, when was the first successful bubble gum invented? 1891, 1906, 1928. Correct answer is C, 1928. They did actually, a guy did invent gum in 1906, but it was too sticky and it kept breaking apart. So the first good bubble gum was 1928. And guess where it was invented? Philadelphia. And the 3rd question, world's largest bubble? A, 19 inches, B, 23 inches, C, 27 inches. Correct answer? B, 23 inches.
I said 27.
How were you on your predictions? Very good or not so good? Not so good. Well, those are just some fun facts about
ABC.
Those are just some fun facts about bubblegum. So today we're going to talk about science and how you do science, and we're going to use bubblegum to do it. So your materials today are bubblegum. Now, I happen to just have this Hubba Bubba. You can cook. Hubba Bubba, you can use any kind that you want. You need some paper or pencil and pen to write down stuff with. A ruler. A calculator will come in handy. A piece of string or yarn, about 24 inches long. And you need some kind of timer that will measure a minute. So it could be a clock with a second hand. It could be a timer.
Better.
Yeah, I'm going to be your timer, and I'm going to use the timer on my phone for this. So you don't have to worry about that. And if you have a paper clip, that might come in handy when we measure. All right, so we're going to start. We've talked about the word data many times. Remind me what data is. When you collect data, what is data? Lou, do you remember?
Study of life?
No, that's biology, but that's a good one. Data is the information that you collect during a test or an experiment, okay? So we're going to collect some data. And the first thing we have to do is have a data table. We have to draw something that will let us collect and organize the data. So we're going to do 3 trials. In other words, 3 times we're going to test our bubble gum, and then we're going to find an average. So here's what I'd like you to draw on your paper. T1. You see that little 1? T1 equals, and then put a blank. And then do T2 equals and put a blank. T3 equals and put a blank. Do you see? And the T stands for trial or test. So we're going to run our test 3 times. Got it, Lou?
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Pip? Okay, you ready to roll? So we're going to collect data about how fast you can chomp in a minute. In other words, how many chomps can you make in a minute? We're gonna do your speed of chomping. Now, let me demonstrate to you what a chomp is. This is a chomp. Let me show you what a chomp isn't. Okay, so a chomp is 1, 2, Has to be a big chomp, not a little tiny chomp. All right? So, first off, up here somewhere at the top above your table or down at the bottom, I want you to predict. Remember that word, predict? We're going to make a prediction. How many chomps do you think you can do in a minute? Just take out, you don't know for sure. How many do you think? And write it down. Pippi, write down a guess. It's not going to be right or wrong. We're going to test and see. How many did you guess, Lou?
100.
Oh, Pippi, how many did you guess?
73.
All right, we're going to test that now to see. So here's where the partner thing comes in. One of you is going to chomp for a minute, and the other one has to count for that chomping. I'll start the timer, and I'll say start. Now listen, I'll say start, and you start chomping, and the other person start counting. When the timer goes off after a minute, you stop, and we'll write that number down. Okay?
Okay.
So, are you going to, Pip, do you want to chomp first and Lucy count? Okay, so you might need to look at each other. And remember, Pippi, this is a chomp. Are you ready to start counting, Lou?
Yeah.
Ready, set, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 60, oh yeah.
Keep going.
61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69.
Okay. So, Pippi, on your paper where it says T1, in that blank, you write down 69. Not Lucy. Pippi does.
Okay, so write it.
Okay, now, Pip, you're
69.
going to count Lucy.
Wait, we're not ready.
Okay. Remember, we're going to do this 3 times.
Ready?
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Look at your sister. 1, 2, ready, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 39, 42, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60,
Keep
61,
going.
63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69,
Keep going.
70, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75,
Okay, how many did you get, Pippi?
74.
All right, you write that on
76.
your paper, Lucy.
Okay, 7.
T1. Now you have to actually look at your partner. You can't just count. You have to count the chomps. Okay? Now we do it again. Okay, you ready, Lou?
Okay, Pippa,
Pip?
start counting.
Hey, Lou, why don't you sit down so we can see you? You ready?
Pippa, look at me.
Ready, set, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 36, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82,
How many this time?
82.
Write it down, Pippi. All right, you ready, Lou?
Get ready, Pep. Wait, we're not ready yet. Get ready.
Ready? Now watch your sister too. Don't just count. 1, 2, ready, go.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82,
Okay, how many did you get?
84.
Okay, write that one down. Wow, this is taking a while, isn't it? Collecting data in science can take a long, long time. We're only doing 3 trials. When scientists, real scientists in a laboratory are collecting information, they do thousands and thousands of trials.
My mouth hurts.
Your mouth would hurt, wouldn't it? Okay, one more. Here we go. You ready, Pip, to count? Sit down a little. 1, 2, ready, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. Six, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86,
Okay.
85, I think.
All right, write it down, Pippi.
No, it's 85.
Okay, Pippi, write it down.
85.
All right, here comes the last count for Lou. Here we go.
89. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. You ready to count, Pippi? Last time. Watch your sister. 1, 2, ready, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 90, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100.
Oh, boy.
101!
Okay, write it down. Now, look at your data on your paper. It wasn't the same number of chomps each time, was it? So if we just, for example, looked at one of those, we couldn't tell for sure what your chomping speed is. So we're going to do an average to help give us a better idea. Lucy, have you in your school yet, have you learned how to do averages? Okay, here's what you're going to do. And Pippi, do you know how to use a calculator? Okay, Lucy, maybe you'll help her. So here's what you're going to do. Lou, we'll start with your data. Add up your 3 numbers.
Okay. So, 76. Wait. It's not on. So, 76. And then what?
What's the second number? Hit plus.
Okay, so plus is right there. plus 84.
Then hit plus.
Oh, that's 160. And then
Hit plus again.
plus 101.
And hit equal. What did you get?
26 point. Wait.
261, correct?
No. 261.00.
Okay. So now hit the divide sign
Divided. Yeah.
and hit 3.
3.
And it equals
7.
how much? 87. All right. On your down here at the bottom, put 87 on your paper. All right. Now we're going to add up Pippi's. You ready, Pippi? What's your first number, Pip? Let her push it in. What's your first number?
9.
How much?
69. Put it in.
Okay, add in 69
Plus
plus
82.
72 plus,
No, 82.
okay,
Equals. No. Plus. Oh, it's 1. Pippa is 240.
240, hit the divide sign
Yeah.
and hit 3 and then equal.
80. 80.
80. Okay, so Pippi, on your paper underneath here, write 80.
Okay.
All right, let's get back, let's sit down, Lou, so we can see you. Lou, let's sit down, please. Thank you. Okay, Pippi, come over towards your sister a little because I can't see you. Okay, so look at your predictions. Look at your prediction and look at what your average was. Was your prediction right or wrong based on the data?
Wrong, but
Wrong, yeah. So we would have to do some further testing maybe. Now, like, you know, that's why it's so hard right now because like where they're working, the scientists are working to try and find a vaccine for the virus, the COVID virus. They have to do so much testing to make sure it's right. So what we did was we went ahead and we made a prediction. We did a test, collected data, and then we saw if our prediction was correct or not. And so that's the things that you want to do in an experiment. So what was your actual average speed of chomping? Lucy, tell me your actual average speed. It's on your paper.
87.
Chomps per minute. And what was yours, Pippa? Pippa, what? Look on your
80.
paper.
She got
80 chomps per minute. Okay. So now we're going to take what we know about doing science and we're going to see if we can predict, test, collect data, and decide if that's correct by measuring the size of the bubbles that you can blow. Now, Pippi, will you turn your paper over and make another little chart like this for Lucy? Not you, Lou. T1, T2, T3.
exactly.
Now, normally we would have each girl do this part, but Lucy can blow bubbles with her bubble gum, and Pippi hasn't learned to do that yet. So, Pippi, you're going to be the measurer. So, Lucy, predict how many inches big, and you can look at the ruler if you want. How many inches big do you predict you'll be able to blow a bubble?
I think maybe 6 or 7.
Okay, 6 or 7. Why don't you write your prediction down somewhere? Maybe put 6 inches.
Lucy, on this board.
Now, Pippi, this is very important because you're going to do the measuring. Let me show you how to do it. Let me see you, Pippi. Okay. I'm going to blow a bubble, and we're going to use the string. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to hold one end. You're going to hold one end, and you're going to hold it up to Lou's bubble, and you're going to mark it with your other finger. And you're going to hold that and then lay it down on the ruler to see how long that is. Remember, the biggest bubble was 27 inches. Now, Lou thinks hers might be about 6 inches. We'll see, okay? So let's do a test. Pippi, pick up your string. And Pippi, kind of hold it like littler, like this. And you're going to, here's what you're going to do, Pippi. When she blows it, you kind of slide your finger until you get to how big her bubble is across. So start it close together. Look, Pippi. Pippi. Start it close together, and as she blows her bubble, you can slide it across. Are you ready? You ready to blow a bubble? Okay, go ahead and blow. Did you get it, Pippi?
Right here.
Put it down on the ruler and see how many inches it is. Lou, will you help her read?
Six.
It was 6? Okay. Write that down, Pippi, for T1 for Lucy. Hey, girls, let's move over in front of the camera so we can see what you're doing. All right, let's do it again. You're going to do 3 trials. So, Lucy, you blow. Pippi, you measure. No. Pippi holds the string. Sit down, Lou, so we can see what you're doing. Sit down, Lou, so we can see what you're doing. You ready?
Stop.
Okay. You blow the bubble, and Pippi, you measure with the string.
I can't.
Why not?
Because she's not cooperating.
No, she's cooperating. You're not blowing your bubble. Blow the bubble.
Let go of me.
Okay. Now measure that part on the ruler.
You just messed it up.
Please put it down on the ruler. How many inches is it?
Wait. Oh my gosh, you are so annoying.
8. Okay, for trial 2, write down 8. All right, last bubble. And Lou, please let Pippa measure. You don't need to be involved in measuring. You're involved in blowing the bubble. You ready, Pippa?
Yeah.
You ready, Lou? Blow your bubble. All right,
Here.
Pippi, Lucy, leave the string alone. Let Pippa put it down. How many inches?
9.
All right, put that for T3. Now let's get an average.
Okay.
So,
So,
who's going to use the calc? Here, Lucy. Pippa, what's the first number?
6.
Okay, Lucy, enter 6.
Yes.
Plus, Pippa, what's the second number?
8.
8. Plus, Lucy, and Pippa, what's the third number?
9.
Plus 9. What do you get, Lucy?
23.
Divide by 3. And what do you get?
7.667.
All right, so we're going to round it up to 8. So your average bubble size is 8. So Lucy, based on your prediction, was your prediction correct or incorrect?
Incorrect.
It wasn't correct. You were a little too low. So we would do this number of times, and the more times we would do it, the more believable our conclusion. So today we did predicting. We collected data after we ran a little experiment or a test, and then we concluded whether our information was correct or not. Now, let me ask you this. If we wanted to test, or let me ask you this. Do you think all gum could make the same size bubble? Might it make a difference if we use different gum? Yeah. How about, do you think, what if we use sugar-free gum? Do you think you could blow as big a bubble, or bigger maybe, or smaller? What if you got Trident bubble gum or Bubble Yum bubble gum? You could do that and compare. You could see which one of the gums made the best gum for blowing a bubble. You're good at blowing those bubbles, Pippi. We got to get you blowing bubbles. Make you learn how to do that. So you could, you did it already. Okay. So you could test different types of gum and compare them. Thing to remember, do at least 3 trials and find an average. Hey, back when we did chomping and got how fast you could chomp, what are some other things that we could run a test and collect data about to find out how fast you did it? Doesn't have to be food, doesn't have to be chomping. What else could we do?
Aunt Sally.
Now wait, what else could we do? What were you going to tell me, Pippi?
I didn't blow a bubble yet.
Didn't blow bubble yet. Okay. What are some other things that we could test to see how fast you could do?
What about running?
Oh, running would be good. How about jumping up and down? How about doing jumping jacks? Those are all things that you could do to test your speed of chomping. So once again, you want to make a prediction, collect data, and you want to make a conclusion. So we're going to go off and do some of those things, and hopefully maybe you all who might be watching will do some activities that we've talked about here today. Maybe you'll show us your big bubble. Lucy, what was your bubble size again? 8 inches? Maybe they could see if they could make a big one, bigger than that. And perhaps they will show us in the comments, show us a picture of it, maybe a little video. What do you think? That would be pretty fun. There's that bubble. Anything you girls want to say before we say bye-bye?
Boy.
Okay, wish everybody a bye-bye with a big bubble. Let's see. Try.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week for more.
Bye-bye.